I Lived My Life Backwards by Narelle Noppert of Picton 2571. Narrated by Rowena Robinson. I was born in late 1940s. My childhood was very normal, at least as I saw it. I had an older brother and sister, a loving mother and father, and a large extended family of cousins, aunts, and uncles. They were all good people. Dad's side Catholic and Mum's side Church of England. Except for the restrictions of the Catholic Church when Mum and Dad married, no prejudice was ever shown from either family. I came to appreciate the tolerance and non-judgment that my family showed, especially at a time when migrants were arriving in droves from overseas. I wasn't to know that I would one day marry a European migrant. When I did marry, my parents had no issue at all, but my in-laws didn't hide their disappointment that their son hadn't married within their culture, as had two of his siblings. We were keen to marry and have babies, and I trusted that my husband would take care of us, as society expected at that time. The resentment from my in-laws lingered, even with encouragement from their peers, and how I worked to earn their approval. My husband's family had only arrived in Australia 5 years earlier, and although the kids assimilated quickly, their mother, especially, had not. I experienced what I called reverse discrimination. In time, I began to realize the difference in our families was never cultural, but family dynamics. After we married, I only worked for a short time before falling pregnant with our first child. Years passed, and all 3 children were born. I had been grateful to stay home and enjoy each of their little milestones until they started school. It was at this time I realized I wanted more than to be at home. I was keen to get back into the workforce. My husband objected strongly. He saw it as his role to provide and offered no assistance to help me meet home and work commitments. He had never been a good money manager, and angry that I was keen to take care of our finances. His increasing debt was to be our downfall and eventual divorce. The kids had left, and at age 50 I left the marriage and the family home and lived alone for the very first time. I was totally responsible for my own financial well-being. I had always been a good money manager and knew if given the chance to work hard and save, I could achieve the goal of owning a home by retirement. I worked 2 jobs for 6 years, working weekdays plus Thursday nights and weekends. I only had school holidays off from my main job. Of course, I suffered marriage envy. Along the way, I had opportunities for potential partners, but nothing, and no one diverted me from my goal. I found no one suitable. This was my life, different than expected, but of my own choosing and my own direction. I learnt a lot about myself, acknowledged my bravery, and was glad not to be overshadowed by anyone else's opinion of who I should be or what I should do. It was a long and hard battle, but I did it with help from loving family and friends and some counseling along the way. By retirement, my ex-husband had consumed all his assets while I was in my own home in an area I grew to love. I made new friends and found rewarding hobbies and interests. I joined many groups including art, gardening, choir, view club, and writing groups. I found time to explore my creative side, which both surprised and delighted me, and I enjoyed success in competitions of various types. Single-handedly, I planned and designed both the interior and exterior of my home. I worked hard in my garden and outdoor area. I found new handyman skills and worked on DIY projects with a high percentage of success. My life is full and happy, different to what I had expected, but in the direction I had hoped. I continue to thrive. In my senior years, I unexpectedly found love, a caring man with whom I share many interests and ideas. We don't live together. We both keep our independence, run our own homes and finances, but come together regularly to help each other with chores, socializing, and we holiday together. I could wish things had been different, the right way around, where in a perfect world you would marry, raise a family, and work together for the common goal, but I would not be the person I am today. I have certainly learned and experienced much, and have overcome much adversity. Yes, I have lived life backwards, but the outcome is very much to my liking. The end.